What's up, guys? So today I'm trying out a new mount. Sorry, it covers the top of my head, but that's the best I could do with the DSLR. It's way up there, but the point of this video is I originally had like a cheap HP laptop, not bashing HP, it just it was on the lower end of the spectrum and it just wasn't doing what I needed. And I decided to go back to Apple, which is what I was used to prior, but I had a MacBook Pro originally several years ago, and so back then it had an SD slot and things of that nature for like video editing. And then I decided to just go with the MacBook Air, and I'd be happy to make a video of why I went that route instead of the Pro. But if you can see, and it's no secret, on that side's a headphone jack, and on this side you only get two USB-C ports. Nothing wrong with that. I get the minimalist approach, and I appreciate that. But I can tell you, when you're traveling, it gets a little annoying because you find yourself having to buy a bunch of dongles and things like that, and it just starts to take up a lot of space, and then you kind of lose the benefit of having a minimalist laptop like the MacBook Pro Air, or the MacBook Air, not the MacBook Pro. Sorry about that. But so, I mean, as thin as this laptop is and it weighs nothing, that's kind of its claim to fame, and it's incredibly powerful. But what I was running into is a lot of people are like, just do wireless transfer. And for somebody who shoots photography in RAW and then also makes videos now on YouTube, I can tell you wireless transfer, while it's great, it is incredibly slow. The only exception to that is with the iPhone. When I was filming all my videos for YouTube on the iPhone, I was able to essentially use AirDrop and AirDrop the stuff to the laptop, and it worked great. Works really fast too. But my Canon DSLR, which is up here on the shelf, the Garmin dash cam, and then now the GoPro, the only options you have is you can hook them up to a USB and then download third-party apps to get them to install, or to get you to download the videos off of them, or you have to go the route of downloading third-party software that interfaces with Apple to essentially get the videos to transfer. And I'm not a fan of having a tons of programs and having to go through a bunch of hoops and hurdles just to get something as simple as putting the video onto my computer. Now, a lot of the PC people will come in right now and say, that's why you buy a PC, this is why Apple's garbage, etc., etc. But I can tell you, honestly, besides that one little hiccup, the computer is amazing. It does everything I need to do, especially for a hobbyist. I may get, beyond the capabilities of this computer at some point. I've noticed just editing some of my basic videos that it is a little bit slower. Now, I say that as somebody who's used to giant, desktop computers from back in the day, and so this thing is still incredibly fast. I can render a video almost instantly compared to back then. So I'm not knocking the computer. I think the computer's fantastic. I think you just have to work within its limitations. And so what I found is, unless you want to download like the proprietary GoPro app, or unless you want to download the third-party software, or unless you want to interface either the GoPro or the Garmin dash cam with your phone via the Drive app for Garmin and the GoPro app for the GoPro, you are pretty much limited on how you can transfer the videos. And what I've been doing thus far is I've been downloading the videos via the apps, putting them on my phone, and then airdropping them from my phone to the computer. Or I can also connect the USB, the Lightning to USB-C to the MacBook Air. Now, again, when you travel, I don't want to carry a bunch of dongles, I don't want to carry a bunch of cables, and the last thing I want to do is have to rely on all these apps to download stuff. Sometimes my phone's on the charger and it's not convenient. Sometimes my phone is full. And that was the other caveat, is like you have to make a lot of space on your phone in order for the content to download to the phone so you can then transfer it to the computer. And that was just not something that I really cared for. And so I started researching a lot of different options, and essentially what I came up with was this little guy right here, which arguably is just another dongle, but as you can see, it's smaller than a thing of chapstick. And then one good thing about it is USB-C, if you can see that on the end, and then the two inserts that it has is micro SD and standard SD. And the good thing with the standard SD is you can put you can use the SD adapters for several other memory card types. So this is a very powerful tool. Again, it takes up the space of basically chapstick, and so it's not very inconvenient to carry while you're traveling. The other benefit of this is it is the latest USB-C, and so it is incredibly fast transfer. And I'll hold up the packaging so you can see it. I got it on Amazon. It is the Anker USB-C 2-in-1 card reader, specifically model A8370. And again, I used it last night to transfer some videos from prior trips that we've done and things like that, to get them on the computer to get them ready for editing. And I can't tell you, it's night and day. This makes life so much easier. I can just pop the memory card out of the Garmin. I can throw that into the computer, get my dash cam video, or if I decide to do a time lapse on the dash cam when we're traveling, I can take those out and then put them on the Anker adapter, take the memory card out, put them in the adapter, and then they can go onto my computer. I've also tried it with the footage from the GoPro, same result. Pop the memory card out, throw it in this adapter, and then boom, it's right there in the computer. Is it a little bit inconvenient that you can't simply just plug this up without third-party software? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. And frankly, I can pop the battery out of this guy, put it in the charger, put the camera to the side, take the memory card out and put it in here, and then all I have is these two little items, the adapter and my computer. I don't have any cables. I don't have to worry about the camera hanging off and things like that. And so again, you kind of recoup some of that minimalist setup that you were probably going after if you bought one of these computers. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to those who are trying to look for an easy, fast, and convenient way of transferring their video and photos to their MacBook Air or any Apple product for at this point, because I don't think most of them have the memory card slots anymore, without having to download third-party software. I've seen tons of videos on YouTube about, oh, this is the best way to do it. Some are very old, granted, and so this stuff didn't exist, or these were still very slow. I know some of the original adapters that were like this were incredibly slow transfer rates, and that's ultimately why I didn't like to do the app, because again, very slow transfer speeds. I can tell you Canon has a wonderful app. It interfaces with my computer, and then the DSLR I'm on also has built-in Wi-Fi, and so I can connect those wirelessly. But again, if you start transferring large photos that are shot in RAW, or if you start transferring large videos, it can take a really long time. So much so that it is almost inconvenient to do that. It's so much faster to pop the memory card out, throw it in this adapter, and then boom, it's on the computer, which is fantastic. You know, wireless is great, but I think until it is improved upon, I think we're at its limitations right now. Now, with that being said, this video is more so relevant for 2022, and who knows how much longer. Technology is constantly evolving, so if this video is up and it's 2032, you know, this is probably not the best video for you at that point, because I'm sure wireless has probably, you know, outpaced what this can do. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick video of just a really easy, short, sweet, simplistic way to get your photos and videos from your GoPros, dash cams, DSLRs, etc., your drones, to your Apple computer without downloading third-party software. For me, that was big. I didn't want to have another clunky software taking up space on my computer, and I really just wanted a simplistic interface of take the memory card out, pop it in the computer, and then be on my way. So I hope this was very helpful to you. I hope there was some useful insight for you guys as well. This may be useful for some PC users as well, because I'm sure a lot of PCs now are probably moving towards USB-C and not having the other adapters to cut down on cost and or space. So again, hopefully this is helpful to you guys. If you would, please throw a like and a comment. That really helps me. If you have any suggestions on improvements, obviously this is cutting off the top of my head, and I apologize about that. But like I said, I'm working on that. But hopefully this helps you out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.